point, this video is about Islam. Everybody keep asking me, why do you always crush Christianity and don't get on Islam? And I give the same answer. Because Islam is created and predicated based upon the Old Testament through Christianity. If you kill Christianity, you by default kill Islam. Now, in order to understand what I'm talking about, religion, I'm going to be doing a video in PAU, Pharaoh University, in my classroom. Be on the lookout, family. It's going to be called Spiritual Spiderweb. I'm not posting it yet. It'll be up within the next week. And I'm going to break down how extraterrestrials use religion to cipher souls, and Islam is a part of that. But now, so y'all can understand what I'm saying by the hierarchy rank of religion. It goes Judaism, Catholicism, Christianity, Islam. They're like the four horsemen of the apocalypse. They're like the four brothers. They're all connected. They are all the same fucking thing in just different manifestations. So it's like Pringles. It's like you got sour cream and onion, you got cheddar, you got regular, you got barbecue, but they all still Pringles. Like they all still have the same root. These are all the same fucking thing, giving you the same fantasized story in a different way. So now when it comes to Islam, Islam is the last. So now honing in on Islam, we know that the Bible, Christianity, was created by the Roman Emperor Constantine in the year 325 AD at the Council of Nicaea. It's a hybrid religion which steals stories from Kemet's Book of the Dead, which they call it the Book of the Dead because the Caucasians actually went into the tombs and stole the damn papyruses out of the dead pharaohs in our ancestors' hands. So that's why they call it the Book of the Dead, because they literally stole the stories out of the dead people's hands, out of our dead ancestors' hands, and then remixed them as lies. So they stole these stories out of the Book of the Dead, the Pyramid text, and the Coffin text. And they created what you call Christianity, also adding fabricated stories as well as symbolic stories, which were actual events that did take place. So the Bible is full of so many truths and lies that you have to know the truth in order to be able to read it and know what's real. For example, we know that Noah's Ark never happened. We know that Noah's Ark comes from the New Ankh, which is a 140-foot boat in Egypt, which was built by the Pharaoh Khufu, who was the king of Egypt in the 4th dynasty. So we know that they took this giant boat and then made a fictitious flood story out of it. But then we know that, for example, Genesis, which is Jacob and Yaqub, is actually an event that took place on the island of Pelan, which is a real island, but in the Bible it's called Patmos by somebody named Yaqub. But in the Bible, his name is Jacob. So we have to be able to distinguish what actually happened. Another example is we know that the Adam and Eve story never took place because the Y chromosome is a defect off the is a genetic manipulated offspring of the X chromosome. If you go watch my video on YouTube, type in Pharaoh, Adam and Eve story is a lie, I break this down. So now we know that actually never happened. So we can distinguish the truths within these religious books once we know the truth. Now getting back on Islam, the Bible, Christianity, was created in 325 AD. Islam was created after that in 622 AD. Now Islam alleges all the prophets, we know that all the prophets in Christianity were actually Egyptian pharaohs. For example, Moses was King Thutmose. What's the man name? Abraham in the Bible was Pharaoh Amenemhet, and then we can go on and on about who all these pharaohs in the Bibles were in prophets. But we know that the prophets in the Bible are actually disguised pharaohs. So now when you go to the prophets in Islam, these are just watered down prophets based on fictitious prophets of Christianity who never existed really, who were actually plagiarized fictitious entities. So now when we look at Islam, Islam is actually more Christian than the average Christian. Because Islam, everything Islam do, it says in the Old Testament to do, but Christians don't follow. It says it in the Old Testament right now. Every prophet in the Bible prays. I don't even think I have to directly paraphrase a quote from the Bible. I could just use Moses. There's a verse in the Bible where it says Moses fell upon his face and bumped his head and prayed to the Lord. All of the prophets in the Old Testament Bible of Christianity, when they pray to God, they have at least 1 to 2 events where they get on their knees and they pray down on their forehead, same way Muslims pray to God of the Christianity Bible. And all the Muslim prophets, since their entire religion is based off the Old Testament, follow and pray the same way. Or for example, in the Old Testament, in the Bible, Christianity Bible, it says that the women should be fully clothed and you should only be able to see their eyes. Now Christians don't dress like this, but guess who women do? Islam, Muslim. So Islam, not black people who follow Islam. So don't be offended if you black and you're a Muslim, because I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about Islam. Islam is a joke just like all the other religions are jokes. And Islam is predicated off Christianity, which we know is not real. So if the Old Testament never happened, then Islam can't even think that it has a chance to get believed, because you based off something that we already proved of a lie. So people ask me, why do I smash Christianity? Because I attack the source. I don't play with the soldiers. We want the general. So we want Christianity's neck. And in destroying Christianity, I destroy Islam. And also, Islam, they say that their prophet, Muhammad, who's supposed to be so great, Muhammad, it is documented facts. Y'all can go look this up right now. Muhammad could not read or write. So why would God give a book to somebody who was illiterate and tell him to teach the people this book or teach the people this faith, and he couldn't even read or write himself? So if you can't read, God will give you a book and tell you to teach the people? That's like if you blind, why would I make you a judge at a fashion show? You can't even see what they're wearing. That's retarded. So Islam is like, it doesn't even have a chance. And then for black people have to understand, all those Muslims over there are basically a giant race of Neanderthals and what you would, now I wouldn't even say mulattoes, but I'm going to just say mulattoes because most of them mix. What you got to understand is, and if you read, I've read many books, but one book that will just help me prove my point, y'all, if you read it, by Chancellor Williams, The Destruction of Black Civilization, you will see that Islam's initiated slavery first, damn near 1,200 years ago. So y'all so stuck on the most recent time we was in slavery with white people over here, y'all not even conscious we was enslaved over there by Arabs. All them Arabs is mulatto looking because they all are offspring of slave babies. Arabs have what you call harems. Harems are slave houses where the Arabs will come to Africa, steal the African girls, bring them over there. They would have a minimum of about 30 girls in these harems at a time, and they would rape them. And they rape so many damn African women that all of them over there today look motherfucking mulatto. That's why Arabs have big noses and African features, but they still don't look African because they was mad mulattoes who didn't remix and then had sex with Caucasians, and it's just mad crazy genetic mixture. You got people coming out of the Caucasus, all of those mountains over there. There's so many Caucasians that escaped out of the Caucasus Mountains and the other mountains surrounding those areas and populated, and it's just a big ass genetic destructive composition of humanoid entities over there that's fucked up. But outside of that, Islam enslaved us first, which was still the white man. Don't get it twisted. I ain't gonna say Islam because Islam was created in 622. Arabs, whether you want to call them the Hyksos, whatever you want to call them, those type of Caucasoid entities enslaved us first over there. We can call them Asiatics. So black man, you're not an Asiatic. You're an African, or you're a melanated being. Asiatics enslaved Africans first, before what you would consider the European or Caucasian to enslave them, which is really basically the same thing, just different names. It's like saying, if you're a Jamaican, you're no different than the African. You're just the African who lives in Jamaica and has that title. So when we say Asiatic, we basically saying a Caucasian who lives on the continent of Asia. So now that I put the correct perspective on the topic, Asiatics enslaved us first. Caucasians enslaved us under the umbrella of Asiatic before they enslaved us under the umbrella of Caucasian or European. So how can you follow a religion that was forced on you and brought to the continent and forced on us the same way Christianity was? All the Muslims in Africa are Muslims by force, by war, by slavery. The same way you're Christian by slavery. The same way people think they're Hispanic and speak Spanish by slavery. Only thing, everybody who falls under the umbrella or a certain language that derives or has anything to do with the Caucasian, common sense will let you know the Caucasian gave you this not by your free will or your ancestors' free will. You were enslaved at one point in time. Prime example, I speak English right now, and I have never been to England, don't even want to go unless I'm going to teach the people. So I'm not an Englishman. I'm clearly black as hell. I'm from Africa, but I speak English. How are you with Islam? How are you with Islam? How are you a Muslim? And if you go over there right now, they will kill you and rape your women and kill and enslave you right now. They have actual Africans enslaved over there today, right now in 2015. They are enslaved. There are still African people being enslaved by radical Islamists, extremists, right now. They don't respect you or like you or love you. They come over here, set up corner stores. You got these perverted Arabs in the corner stores trying to pay all our young black queens to fuck them, trying to pay them for pay. They tell them that they're going to pay their phone bills. They're going to do this. You got all these niggas in these corner stores perverting and sexually taking advantage of our people the way they've been doing for thousands of years. And black people, you so ignorant. You've been being tag team. You getting attacked by the white man and he using religion to make you his friend while he slaps you with the other hand. And then you got the Arab man who is using Islam, which he was given by his white brother, to attack you with the other hand. It's no coincidence. This is no secret. We know that George Bush and America itself has been dealing with everybody over there in what they like to call the Middle East forever. There's millions of pictures of millions of presidents dealing with all the government officials over there. They've been in cahoots. You've been being attacked by what you would consider an Arabian and what you consider a Caucasian together, and they act like they're not on teams, and they've been jumping our ass for the longest, and you don't see this. These Arabs come over here, they get free grants from the white man that you can't even get. You can't even get reparations, but they can come over here and get all this free money to set up corner stores and feed you poison. They preach about not eating pork in Islam, and all their corner stores got pork, and they sell it to your silly ass, and then they having sex with all our young girls by baiting them for phone bills and all kind of shit. Don't say it's not happening, because I can go in a corner store right now and talk to 20 Arabs that will tell you that they having sex with all the girls in the hood. So don't think that they not exploiting us. So black people, even though I went a little off subject, let me get back on subject. Islam is not for you. It's based off Christianity. All the practices of Islam come from the old Bible, to the way they pray, even to the way they women dress. So basically, a Muslim is a real life Christian, because they actually follow what the Bible tells a Christian they should follow. And a Christian is just somebody who freestyle what they want to listen to out of a book that's lying to them anyway. So Islam was created in 622 AD by a prophet, is alleged to have been given to a prophet who was illiterate in 622 AD, and is based off something that was made just barely 300 years before it in 325 AD, and we know that that's a lie. So Islam can't be true, because Christianity can't be true. So coming back to the root answer of my question, y'all ask me, why do I always bang on Christianity and I don't get on Islam? Because when you cut the tree at the root, all the fruit and everything else gonna fall with it. So Islam is an offspring of Christianity. Christianity is an offspring of Catholicism. Catholicism is an offspring of Judaism, and all of that. We already know that the Caucasian created all of that. We already know that they falsifying themselves as the Jews, and we know y'all not the Jews. We know that. We don't have to go into that. So, Islam is not for you, black people. To keep it as simple, it's not for you. It never will be for you. They are best friend. They's like the Caucasian's right hand man on the low. So, black people, give it up. If you're a Muslim in 2015, give it up. I don't care. Now, don't get on here talking about Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X, and no, they had righteousness, but they didn't have knowledge itself. It's a difference, and no disrespect to. We know that Elijah Muhammad was a Freemason, so I really don't care too much about his personal life as far as him being righteous, because we know that he just gave half truth to the people, but he was a womanizer. He had all them damn baby moms, and he was taking advantage of the black people too. And yes, I said it. It needs to be said. But people like Malcolm X, I love Malcolm X. I respect Malcolm X. He was a righteous man, and he had a strategy that I have no doubt he would have lead our people out of physical bondage, but mental and spiritual bondage, he wouldn't have been successful, because he wasn't out of mental and spiritual bondage, and it's just the truth. So Islam is not for black people, even though we have great black leaders who did lead us out of certain fights against the white man under the umbrella. Is not for our people. That's like right now, if I was a Crip or a Blood or a GD member, and I did great things for my people, yes, I did it under a gang banner, but that don't mean the gang is healthy because I used it for a healthy situation. For a healthy situation. So Islam is not for our people. We have leaders who were under Islam at the time, because that's all they had, and they had righteousness, but they didn't fully have knowledge of self. So Islam is not for us. Once again, it's based off the Old Testament. Leave it alone. It's poison, and it's helping destroy our families, just like Christianity, just like being a Hebrew Israelite. Is all manipulation to control you, for somebody else to do what they want you to do. You are your own God, and if you listen to nature will tell you what laws to follow, and it will tell you what to do and what not to do. You don't need a handwritten book given to you by a Caucasian, which was given to a black man or black woman who is now giving it to you to tell you what to do. And with that being said, family, stay away from Islam, and stay away from them goddamn religious fanatics who want to push their beliefs on you because they don't actually know themselves.